Namaste Friends, welcome to Yoga Bliss with Shelly, and I am Shelly. Welcome my friends. Today's practice, I'm feeling super compelled to do a practice on compassion and allow yourself just to show up on your mat and however you are, and knowing that that's good enough. And of course, always I encourage you to use some props to help you out, to aid in the comfort and the health of our joints and our bodies. So couch, blanket, pillow, a block or a book, those are always great to have, and knowing that props don't make you weak or less of a yogi. Props are here to help support us in being our best selves. I love you so much, and unroll your mat, unpeel the edges, and let's do this. Welcome my friends. Joining me on your mat, and if you are on hard floors, I highly recommend getting that nicely folded couch blanket and just putting that under your knees to protect your knee joints and give you a little comfort. And we're going to come into a child's pose or devotional or Bhaktasana Balasana. So for me, I like big toes touching big toes, knees open wide, sinking back down to the sit bones. Some people this isn't possible for, so it's not a one size fits all. So you can grab a pillow, you can put that underneath it here, sinking and melting the heart towards the earth. You can allow the arms to lay long, or you can tuck the arms like a little package. It's springtime here in Colorado, and I think this is the perfect representation of a seed and embodying what growth truly means, my friends. So just allowing yourself just to settle in and nestle into your space, knowing that you've showed up on your mat, and that is enough. And throughout today's practice, I encourage you to try your best to just be in each pose and each moment and tuning into your entire body. So here, just taking a big fluid breath in the back of the heart and allowing it to go. I'm having some wicked seasonal allergies, so I cannot breathe through my nose. So invite yourself to breathe through a mouth breath or a nose breath, big, expansive, and allowing it to go. And in this moment, holding the intention to slow it down, to slow down, to slow it down. Expansive breath, coming in and pushing it out. And for yourself, my friends, I encourage you to set an intention for you, for your practice today, that hopefully will carry with you for the rest of the day. And if you're drawing a blank, if you're feeling blocked, it's totally fine. I've got your back. I'm here. I'm setting the intention for compassion today. That's compassion of myself, compassion of others, and knowing that this journey that we're on here and this world is a crazy place. Wherever you are in the world, we truly are all experiencing the same thing. We're all having the rushing waves of fear and panic and peace and ease and calm, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, a deep knowingness that love is our guiding force. Just settling here, knowing that it's challenging being human. It's challenging showing up on our mat, and knowing that however you show up, my beautiful friend, is good enough. Breathing that breath in. Wonderful work, and bringing yourself, your hands, wide open starfish hand, just raising up slowly and steady. I can always stay in child's pose for like ever. I love to hold those poses. And just releasing the hands underneath the shoulders and taking a free movement. So really in this moment, I want you to envision like a spiral coming around your head, and slowly in this tabletop, without trying to rush ahead and do the next thing, tune into how it's feeling in your head. Just spiral around. So I want you to do this. And maybe if you need to close your eyes on this tabletop, if you need to rock back and forth, you just spiral around and feel how it needs to feel. And just feel it. And notice if there's pain or discomfort, and spiral down to the face, the eyes. Notice it in the cheekbones and the nose. Notice your lips. How is it feeling? Without trying to change it. Going to the neck, spiraling the shoulders. Just feeling whatever it's feeling like without trying to change it or think you're in the wrong or there's something wrong with you or you're broken. Just embracing, giving compassion to how you're feeling. Spiraling around the arms, the elbows, and the hands. Spiraling down the heart. Spiraling down each vertebrae and the core and your stomach. Really bring love to the stomach. I know in my culture in America, there's this unrealistic expectation of how our body needs to look. And the stomach, for me, has always been something since I was a little girl that's not the right size, not the right shape. And I really encourage you to give compassion to your belly, to your core, who does so much for you. Spiraling down the hip bones, spiraling down the glutes, the booty, and the thighs. This space, also give compassion. The space does so much hard work. All the way down, spiraling down into the knees. You can just intuitively move your body. I really encourage you to close your eyes and not look at the screen and just tune into you. This practice is about you, not me. I'm just here to guide you. Really tune into your hips and stringing all the way down, spiraling to the knees and the calves and the shins, the ankles, Achilles, all the way down to the feet, and giving compassion to your body. And my friends, compassion is embodying the way that we treat people that we love so much. Like imagine, I just heard this in this book that I'm reading this morning. And we're going to just sit back on our heels so you can, big toes touching big toes, sitting back on the heels if you would like to. You can sit back, toes touching toes in the middle. You can bring this here. You can also crisscross, just nestling into the arch of the foot in the back. And just in this moment, allowing the hands to settle on the top of the legs, opening up the heart, really pinching the shoulder blades together, opening up the heart, humbly tucking the chin, drawing a long line of energy from the sit bones to the top of your head, shooting up like an arrow to the ethers, to the sky. Ether is just space all around us, right? And in this book, The Places That Scare You by Pema, I think it's Chidron. It's some Buddhist teaching, which is fascinating and deep and amazing. And I was just reading about the chapter on compassion, which has sparked this. And that compassion is us embodying what others are feeling. It's seeing a mother without her arms, watching her baby wash down a stream, wash down a river, and there's nothing she can do about it. Embodying that, giving goosebumps on my whole body right now. Compassion is us embodying what it would be like seeing an animal being beaten to death, or a person that is maybe taking the death penalty and they're about to die, and us feeling that pain as if we were them, and bringing that into our heart and giving us, in almost like a mirror, turning that compassion back on ourselves, my friends. So I encourage you to open and expand on your perception of what compassion is today. So walking those arms forward, my friends. And from here, bringing the arms long down onto the mat, allowing one leg to go long, the other leg to go long, and really tightening in through the core, zipping up long here. And really tune into your body here as we enter this plank. And breathing in a big breath here. And knowing that there's a time for stillness. There's a time for work. There's a time here in this pandemic for fear and craziness. There's a time for love and slowing down, and really tuning into that booty. And if it's going way, way up, or if it's coming down, my friends, good job. And from here, just allowing yourself to sink down to the earth. Two options here, my friends. You can bring the hands by your side and raise up here for a cobra, or you can bring the arms long in front of you for a sphinx. So both of these are back bends. You can tune into the hind feet and letting them long, and just tuning into what feels good for you. So really, if you are coming into the cobra, hugging the elbows in towards the ribs, bringing up here for maybe your first back bend, second back bend of the day, whatever it is. Peeking over the shoulder, tuning into yourself, not the screen, being here with you, being present in your body, lifting that heart light up, exhaling it out. And just noticing in this moment as you peek to the other side, how you're feeling in your body now, right? We did that scan where you're feeling pain or discomfort, angst, unease. A lot of the times it's in our hearts. Okay, my friends, from here, big wide open starfish hands. So really rooting in through the pointer, the thumb, and pressing up slowly. You can come on the knees if this works for you. And pointing up on the feet, kickstanding up, and slowly drawing up into your first inversion maybe of the day. Walking out the feet here, rooting through the hands, gently rolling the eyes of the elbow forward with a micro bend. And just finding a little free expression as you breathe in a fluid breath. And it's interesting because yoga, we use pranayama, right? Breath. And today, breath work is not really settling with me. There are days and moments maybe you feel the same or different. The breath work is awesome and it rocks and it helps me so much. It's one of my solid self-care practices. And others, like today, I have this little stuffery allergy head thing rocking, and it's harder for me to catch that breath. So just allowing yourself to show up. I know when I'm feeling like this, just focusing on that exhale is all I can do. Awesome work, my friends. Exhaling the right heel up high, high, high to the sky, or you can point it up high. Actually, I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna set myself up for success. If your shirt is giving up on you, bring that foot up high to the sky. Inhale to tuck. So we're coming into a plank here. So we're tucking and hovering here, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale high to the sky. We're gonna do the same thing on that same sided elbow. 5, 4, working through pain, discomfort. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, doing hard things in moments. Inhale, crossing the other side. 5, 4. You've got this. 3. You're stronger than you think. 2 and 1. Exhaling that leg long and strong. And inhaling and journeying through to the front of your mat, my friends. And whatever this looks like for you, I know when I first started practicing, it was a slow and steady. So again, yoga is never a one size fits all. My friends, it's not. Inhaling from the core sitting that core straight. Strength, tuning into your feet. That front foot is on the mat. Your hips are aligned, facing that short edge of the mat. Tune into this hind foot if it's trying to go way in or way out, my friends. From the core, we're going to inhale. Really just finding that strength as you draw energy and activate through the calves and the butte and the glute, my friends. So first option is just to stay here. You're going to inhale, raising the arm on one side. Or second option is we're going to bend. Actually, we're going to release that front arm. We're going to bend that hind foot from the core. You're really tuning into that balance. You can grab the back of the heel, the top of the toes, or if you can hook and wrap around your elbow, you can hook your body around. Inhale, raising that body up. And tuning into this front knee too. My knee is going way forward. Inhale, raising that body up here. Bringing this beautiful, strong, compassionate pose. Giving yourself compassion in your heart center, in that space, that anahata, we call it in Sanskrit. And just noting how it's feeling. As we hold here, we work past the busyness of the inner critic. And I've really been opening up as I've been reading that book. I was telling you the places that scare you about meditation and mindfulness and being present and even yoga, and that there's all this misperception happening, and I know I had it for so many years, that this is a place of peace and it makes you this enlightened being, and if you're experiencing other emotions, that there's something wrong with you, and that's so false. Yoga, meditation, mindfulness is showing up how you are, embodying your emotions and just allowing them to be. From here, my friends, just slowly allowing the arm to rest, foot down to the earth. Good job. Just noticing how that's feeling. Maybe you want to stretch back a little bit or come forward. From here, we're going to inhale, raising up that hind foot for a runner's lunge, my friends. So hands can be posted up high or they can be down to the earth. And really just rocking in the hips, forward and back. You've got this. Rock this out, my friends. Bringing that breath into the back of the heart if that works for you. If it's feeling funky, that is really just tuning into that body. Excellent work, my friends. From here, inhaling from the core. So you have the option to stay down on a knee, and you can raise up from here, right? We just rock this out. You can totally do this. Or option to inhale, raising it up. Awesome. From the core, just zipping up. Inhale, arms long and strong. Option to cactus at the arms here. Really bringing in that compassion for your body, for your feet, for your ankles, spiraling up. Good job, my friends. Bringing hands floating. You can almost swan dive, breaststroke dive. Palms kissing palms, Anjali Mudra to the heart center. Exhale, twisting to the bent knee. Holding this here. Breathing in strength for yourself. Breathing out strength for the world. Breathing in so much compassion for yourself. Breathing out so much compassion. You've got this. You can always be down here, and that's okay. There's no judgment here. Yoga is judgment-free space. Another false perception that I know that so many of us have. So you've got this. Rock this out, my friends. Working through holding it here for a few more breaths. I have this beautiful tree outside of my house, and that really helps me. Right now it's budding and blossoming and blooming. Inhaling to the center. Exhale, twisting the opposite side, my friends. You can also make a fist with the arm down on the earth and put your palm into it, creating some length in the spine, cutting through some of that inner turmoil. Woo! You've got this, my friends. Big breath here. Breathing out that compassion. Lots of compassion in. Letting that flow. Hands down to the earth. So posting up on the hind foot, you're going to draw that foot all the way back, high, high, high to the sky, opening up the hip, opening up the heart. Woo! Feeling that burn. How does that feel in your body? Just noticing the shift. Woo! You can roll the ankle here. Good job, my friends. You have got this. And then just bringing that foot down to the earth. Just take a moment to walk out your dog. Woo! Feel out that hip. Okay, we're going to do it again on the opposite side. So really rooting in through the hands and tuning in, because I know a lot of times we just go through the motions, but really tune in to your shoulders, opening up, hollowing through the front body, opening up through the shoulders, creating this space here in the body. Exhaling, the opposite left foot up high to the sky. Inhale to the center, holding here 5, drawing that heel up towards the sit bones. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhaling in, long and strong, and going to the same side elbow. 5, holding strength. 4, creating space for yourself. 3, 2, working through this shake. 1, exhale, high, high, high to the sky. Inhale, crossing the midsection, coming to the opposite elbow as we grow our brain cells. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling that leg long, 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 high, high, high to the sky. And inhaling and stepping through, my friends, or giving yourself a helping hand here, my friends. Excellent work. And maybe if you need to, just take a moment, walk it forward, feel what's in those hips, glide it back. Using that breath, just noticing maybe the shift of energy, the shift in emotions in your body. So, and setting yourself up like you are on a set of skis here, my friends. Option, several different options here, my friends. So from the core, we're going to inhale, zip it up, zip it up, zip it up. And as we zip it up, my friends, having the hips facing the short edge of the mat, you can just stay here. As you can inhale and rise. Our option to really corset in through the core, hugging the thighs together. You're going to inhale, bend that hind foot. You can just grab behind the ankle, grab the top of the foot or towards the toes. Or some people can hook around. I'm not feeling hooky today, so I'm just going to kind of grab here. Inhale, raising up. And you can kind of curve that hand back. You can tuck up high to the sky, working through that inner turmoil. Knowing that balancing sometimes is easier than others. Giving compassion for our body and where we are and how we're showing up for ourselves. Then knowing that it's enough, my friends. Using a drishti, a visual point. Letting that go. You are awesome, my friends. Awesome work. Exhale, slowly floating that hind foot down to the earth. Hands down to the earth. Posting back up to that runner's lunge, my friends, right here. The thighs, releasing that hind leg long, rooting through the front foot into the earth here. For this runner's lunge, removing any wrinkles from the neck. Giving compassion to ourselves. I know in my culture is one of the hardest things, and especially my kids are outside playing, but as pretty much the entire planet is going through, we are always with our kids, we are remote learning, we are doing everything at home, and we're still dealing with maybe even more erupting emotions and anxieties and fears about what's happening in the world, because there's so many sources who are saying different things like, be fearful, be scared, and there's other people saying that it's okay, you're safe, be at home, be safe, you're good where you are. From the core, inhale, lifting up. Again, option to always stay here. So if you're down here on the knee, awesome, rock it out. You're going to swan dive, reverse our breaststroking coming through, palms kissing palms to the heart center. From the core, twisting to the bent knee. Option to raise it up, working through that inner turmoil. That voice who tells us lots of lies, saying that I am strong, I can do hard things, that I do hard things all the time. I've been doing hard things for months, for years, for my entire life. Really hugging through the thighs, growing through your core, being strong and empowered here. Inhaling to center, exhale to the opposite side, so you can make a fist, put this hand in on top, and grow your spine. Working through the shake, the burn. You've got this. You can rock this. We have got this, friends. That inner fire. Today I did my practice in front of my fire, and I'm not usually a hot yoga practicer, but I felt really good. It's been really warm here. It's been like in the 70s. Spring is here. Good job, friends. Exhaling to center. Hands down to the earth, exhaling that, foot high, high, high to the sky, opening up that hip, letting that heel drop to the opposite butte, giving that leg a break. That feels so good. I always love these moments in yoga where it's so hard, and you think it's never going to end, and then it's like, yes, and then it does. I always look forward to the break, even though I try my best to show up and be present, right? Exhaling that foot down to the earth. And from here, I'm going to walk. You can walk the hands back to the feet. We're going to grab this blanket, fold it out of the way. I think we need one more of these. Singing bowls are my best friend. I keep this on my shelf and I just will walk up. The vibration of singing bowls it helps clear our energies and balance our chakras. So it's a good vibe in, right? From here, just hinging forward at the heart, allowing the knees, you can bend them. Just taking a moment, you can exhale, crossing the elbows, swinging side to side here. Good job, my friends. You're doing such awesome work. Giving yourself compassion here as you cradle your arms. around you. It's almost like you're giving yourself, maybe your outer invisible self, a hug as you just sway. You can exhale, hands down to the earth, and walk hands to one side, allowing one hip to pop open and really feeling that expansiveness in the intercostal ribs. It's that webbing of muscles between the ribs, fascinating space of our body. And feel that compression in the opposite body. Good job. Slowing it down. Being compassionate for how are you feeling in your hamstrings? Are they fiery or are they tight? Walking to the opposite side. Allowing the hip to open up on one side as you kind of close, hinge it on the side where you're bent in towards. Just giving compassion for where you are and feet. Gazing down at your feet and giving them gratitude. Compassion for the heels, the Achilles, and the legs. Compassion for the shape of your entire body. I know we're always trying, I say where, I think it's where, I think we're all the same. However, I know that I'm always trying to battle my inner voice with the shape of my body and where I am in my life, that it's not good enough or it's not where it needs to be. From here, we're gonna just slowly kind of sway, 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 coming down here to this little froggy yogi squat. I'm gonna meet you here in the middle. So coming from here, my friends, option is to just stay where you are, just kind of bouncing here. If you have a block can be a friend here. And you can use a block, or I have little kiddos, they're actually getting way bigger, but with toddler stools, you can use a toddler stool and just allow yourself to come here. Sometimes a squat can be super challenging, and others, we can knock it out. So maybe just allowing yourself to find this primal, this awesome pose for digestion in our bodies and just helping align everything. And you can really work squeezing the elbows together, and then you can exhale and allow your elbows to help open up the hips and open up that body. Yes, that feels super good. Super duper duper good. Good job, my friends. Big breath of compassion for your heart. Letting it go. And if you can, testing your center of gravity and just closing your eyes and just tuning in to the heart space. How is it feeling? Is it feeling heavy or light or painful? This is not trying to change you, hearts. We're just here to give you space and allowing you to be just how you are. And my friends, when we can allow space in our heart, we can allow movement. Okay, awesome. From here, coming down to the sit bones. Woo. And coming in just for a real quick staff pose, Dandasana. Legs long, hands by the booty. Really activate growing that spine. Yes, that feels so good, my friends. Awesome. Okay, from the core, my friends, we're going to really zip up. We're going to make one leg go long. Ready? From the core, zipping up, other leg go long. When I say long, mine are bent. So yours can be long, like this. My legs right now are not working like that. I'm going to bend them. I have a visitor of mine though. Not right now, thank you. You can go in the backyard. Arms long in front of us. Bringing in that inner fire. So from here, my friends, we're zipping up from the core, and we're going to envision there's like a giant grapefruit on our chin. Instead of crunching and smashing everything in, we're going to create space and length here as we're going to inhale our arms up high to the sky. We're going to exhale, reach, go in the backyard, please. Thank you. Arms to one side. Unlike a crunch, like we're so used to crunching and holding in and squeezing everything, we're going to create space, expansiveness, and strength in the belly. If you need to have one foot on the earth, you can. Holding that grapefruit, inhaling, exhaling to the side. Maybe holding for a few breaths one side. Testing your body. Inhaling it out. My practices, I will tell you, I'm such like a breather and a grunter and a noisemaker. I just am. So I always feel like a good practice, you're grunting and you're making those sounds. I always say that if I have a good practice or a good workout, I'm making my labor sounds, like the like pushing my babies out, which might sound crazy to you, but it's so true. I just like to exert. I like to move my body and feel that it's alive. From here, just exhaling, feet to the mat. from the core, my friends. Exhaling all the way down like a string of pearls to the earth. Ha-ha, we have done it. Arrived here, my friends. We're going to inhale both knees up to the chest for a little double wind reliever, just side to side. Good job. Giving yourself compassion and how you're feeling. And coming back to that core, it's like our inner fire. Yet all of these misperceptions and these super horrible judgments of how hard we are on ourselves about how our core looks. And I know that soon it will be summer and it's like bathing suit season, and then more judgment comes, and it's kind of this whole fart show, if you will. So just giving love to that core. And I know I've had 3 babies. Like, I've housed 3 babies here. That it's not going to look the same as other people's, and that comparing myself to other people is only hurting me. Letting that comparison go. Inhaling, hugging up yourself. Exhaling, one leg long, opposite leg long. And just allowing yourself to lay in our Shavasana, our final pose, our pose of surrender, as we begin at the feet. And just begin melting and spiraling the feet and the toes. Melting and relaxing the ankles. Relaxing and melting all the way around the shins and the knees. Letting go with the thighs. Scanning all the way up to the glutes, the booty, and the sit bone as we melt and relax. Allowing each vertebrae to melt into the earth. Allowing the core, the navel to drip down towards the spine. Allowing the heart to soften. Letting the shoulders deepen. Letting go at the forearms. Letting go at the elbows. Spiraling around the hands and the wrists and the fingers. Just letting go. Spiraling up to the heart and melting back up to the heart, all the way to the throat, deepening at the jaw, softening the tongue and the lips, melting at the cheekbones and the ears, deepening the eyes. The eyelids get heavy. If they're not already closed, closing. Letting go at the third eye, that space of inner knowingness, intuition. Spiraling all the way up to the spiritual chakra, the top of the head. Just allowing your body to melt into the earth here in this moment. And if you can envision like a beautiful ball of energy or a bubble around you, or maybe a rainbow surrounding you, and just enveloping yourself in love and so much compassion. And giving compassion for your body here, for your pain and your suffering. And knowing that you are not in this alone, that pain and suffering is a part of the human experience. And when we can give ourselves compassion for these emotions, these thoughts, these feelings, for this experience of being human, this is the path of yoga, the path of mindfulness and meditation. This, my friends, is enlightenment. Enlightenment isn't something we seek. We don't have to become a Buddhist master or a monk. We are the enlightened being here in this moment when we can embrace what is with a compassionate and a loving heart. Wonderful work, my friends. Good job. Breathing in compassion for your heart and letting that go. And bringing palms, kissing palms to the heart as I honor and acknowledge the love and the pain and the suffering within you. And I honor and I acknowledge the love and the pain and the suffering within me. Namaste, my friends. Thank you so much for practicing. I love you, and if you have a few more minutes,